Welcome back. I fancy, with all of this glorious weather, a swim in one of England's finest beaches, Camber Sands on the south coast of England. It is 1 hour and 45 minutes away. And while I've got the Ducati Multistrada, it's the perfect opportunity to test out what this mile muncher is capable of. This will be in total minimum a 4-hour round trip, and there is nothing better surely for the job. Huge panniers to take all of my beach gear and importantly lock the helmets when I go to the beach, cruise control for relaxing riding, effortless power, windscreen, adaptive cruise control, and with all of this summer traffic, I'll just glide straight past all of the queues on my way to golden sand and turquoise water. Let's hit the road. Before I go, I'll show you this. Ride & Sons cargo pants and also Ride & Sons shifter boots. There's a big sale on at the moment for the summer up until the 17th of August on pretty much all Ride & Sons gear available at XLMOTO. I'll include the details in the written description, so go and check them out if you're looking for some great deals. I think these cargo pants at the moment are about £86 on sale. I'm not used to riding a bike with such good wind protection. I think I underestimated how effective that can be, because usually on my Bonneville when I'm riding long, it hit 30 degrees earlier, and I've ridden in 30 degrees many times, but on the Bonneville you get 100% wind buffering you, hitting you all the time. And on this, it's so effective, you don't get any wind chill factor. So in essence, I'm sitting there 30 degrees with the sun beaming down on me, and I'm wearing a winter jacket. And this jacket, I don't know why I wore this, it's so stupid. This has 100% plastic inner arms to stop wind chill, and it is not the right jacket when the temperature's around about 30 degrees. So I'll do a slight detour. I will, instead of going straight to the beach, go to the little town of Rye, grab a drink, grab a bite to eat, and then carry on. God, I look awful. Okay, refreshment time first. Most important. few people were asking me what was in the final shortlist of cars when I ended up picking the Wrangler, and that MG was probably in the final 5. God, it's so rare to see one of those. Old Fiat 600. The MG was in the final shortlist, but the reason I couldn't consider it properly is because we have to have a mile muncher, and the Jeep definitely fits the mile munching bill. If you ever come down to this area, it's such an amazing spot in England because the motorways stop miles and miles away from Rye and Camber Sands, meaning that you really have to want to come to this part of the country. So the cars, the traffic, the tourism gets less and less the closer you get to this area, and everything seems pretty much stopped in time. 10 miles or so, maybe 6 miles that way is Camber Sands, and that's where I'm heading next. That should be a 15-minute ride. And again, that's no big roads at all, just winding countryside all the way to the beach. And I feel so much better after food and drink. I downed the apple juice in about 3 seconds, and straight after that, down the water like I was entering a drinking competition. I was desperate. I've been so lucky with the weather. 2 times, only 2 times I've actually swum in the sea in the UK this year. First time was Cornwall a few weeks ago, went surfing, and it was the nicest weekend of the year at that point in the year. And now Camber Sands, the forecast was overcast today, but still blue sky and glorious. White sand, turquoise-ish water. Although you can't see it because it's out of camera shot. Right in front of me there, there's been non-stop thunder, and it is black clouds over there, and that's exactly the direction which I'm heading. So I don't know if my luck will carry on for my 1.5 to 2 hour ride home. I've done this ride with 2 different bikes now, the Ducati Multistrada and the Indian Chief Dark Horse, the Chief or Chieftain Dark Horse, the massive Indian cruiser with about an 1800cc engine. And it's really interesting seeing the difference between the Americans' take on a huge mile-munching continent crusher and the European take. The European take, of course, the Multistrada, and the American take, a big cruiser. Adventure bike versus cruiser. Both of them are just as capably as each other. But the interesting thing is, once you get to the gigantic end of the scale of the adventure bikes, such as the Multistrada, there really is no difference in what is easier to live with, easier to maneuver. They're both so gigantic. What the adventure bike gives up in weight, it makes up for in its higher centre of gravity, meaning that once you put them both together, borderline, a cruiser motorbike is actually a little bit easier to live with. But as a machine, that Multistrada is ludicrously accomplished. I'll run down to the Ducati and see if I can dodge those. I mean, this is exactly where I have to go. See if I can dodge those rain clouds. So I'll wrap up the video. I've actually just had a chat 5 minutes ago with my grandma, who called up because in 5 days' time, Monica and I are heading off to see her in Ireland. It's been a few years since I was last there. Monica's never been to Ireland. Great opportunity to go in the Jeep, do a road trip, get the ferry over from Wales to Ireland, and then a 5-hour drive right into the corner. It's the Republic of Ireland, but it's up in the north of the island of Ireland. And I cannot wait. The Emerald Isle. It's been way, way too long, and we'll take you with us on what will be maybe a 4 or 5 day road trip there. So thanks so much everyone for watching. Have a brilliant week all. I'll see you all next time.